English Phrases Part 4, by Sean Mayhew. He's fallen under your spell. Some of the conceits about superiority had to go. I've no idea what the media news says, I've been living in a black hole. I'm not so young, getting on now. You've gone up a rung or two in her estimation. It's worked out by bureaucrats in infinite wisdom, without explanation. I put the boot in, providing critique showing it as total nonsense. There's a gently ironic, rib-nudging humor. Take care, disasters can overtake anyone. His predecessor's shadow falls across his work. He's a prominent member of the modernist barbed wire school. There are many problems and snarl-ups, slowing things down. The ideas are getting wider currency. My relationships were a string of shipwrecks. I can't work it out, it's a mystery to me. You have many friends, Miss Popular. The theory holds sway in academia, having lots of argumentation for them. A dusty camel ride would be out of her line. On further acquaintance you'll find his friendly enough. Mass culture is a bubble bath of momentary returns and lack of substance. They need to wise up and do something about it. It was a foredoomed project with problems from the start. The new version has everything, a kitchen sink job. He felt her loss keenly. She's an expert on things botanical. The machines had extra demands on it and is getting out of breath. Avoid solicitors with their generation of correspondence, we'd drown in a sea of paper. I take chocolate for a sugar fix. It's outstanding in all respects and must be recommended. He glosses over issues that need closer attention. With her prior achievements she'll figure prominently in the selection process. Well-appointed lodgings cost more. He tried to minimize and talk down the mistake. She's at home with that kind of reasoning. He was proved right and gained a self-congratulatory glow. It's a vast dinosaurian bureaucracy, lumbering and outdated. It's a small place but it's a gem. The film is violent but they'll like it, they're unshockable. When asked there was much looking at shoes, it's clearly sensitive. What she's saying makes sense, you might lend an ear to it. The plot construction is unimaginative and cardboard. Only in the smoking aftermath of this will changes be prompted. Some of the writing is particularly complex and devious. I've traveled the length and breadth of the place. There's another angle of attack to consider in arguing here. You'll need to blow your own trumpet or your credentials won't register. One problem led to another, it's a royal mess. Most will only take a stand if their worldview is threatened. Don't let the opportunity pass you by. He's a bit precious and won't go out in the rain. Try and make it sound important, talk it up. It has many qualities yet has been much maligned. It's crystal clear to me. It's expansively conceived and big-boned. Much of the material is uninventive and plain. It's idle to argue it shouldn't change only because it's been the same. It's a bad smell, it hums. Don't change jobs, keep to the devil you know. The ideas are couched in richly expressive language. The plot creaks badly and becomes nonsensical. It can be mentioned in the same breath as his better-known contemporaries. The complex argument is laid out with virtuosity. He's quiet but gets the girls, a dark horse. He was dragged kicking and screaming to watch the film. Academic publication is rather bandaged, having layers of approval before anything can be said. The presentation was carried off with panache. Go steadily or a lot of good work can be undone. No expense was spared on the upgrade. There's only a distant relationship between the two things. Textures are muddied in the older recording. The regime instigated terror tactics and its screws began to turn. There was a barren period before some green shoots of recovery emerged. He was a troublemaker with few redeeming features. For other speakers it's a tongue-tripping name. The opposing argument has a loose thread, just keep pulling on it. He was annoyed and blazing away at any provocation. They won't question it, they're not critical thinking fast bowlers. It was an awkward question and had a pained reply. The actors were never more involved in a film than here. Suppliers are competing based on geography, it's a turf war. The dictator is malicious, he's a bad hat. I gave her another meaningful look as she left. Every variation has been explored, leaving no stone unturned. The first one was fine but I'm underwhelmed by the sequel. I didn't take to it, I don't think it's for me. For some reason she's had change of heart on this. She has a bubbly personality, pleasant to meet. They're telling me squarely not to. They think they're from an exalted station in life. The performers do the work considerable justice. She has a quality mind. He's a long-suffering modernist music enthusiast. Avoid casting aspersions on others. He's seen films without number. With studied obscurity he reaches this odd conclusion. I was a degree unkind with them. It had an uninspiring cast and fully lived down to expectations. The film's deeper content is lost on most. They're prone to fighting, they're a bit fruity. Don't just stand there lemon-like. His choice comments painted a more agreeable picture than exists. Even the most rabid enthusiasts must accept these shortcomings. Your efforts are thankworthy, but they won't much care. It's equally compromised, mention it not. They were supposed to be experts, but he knew far more, he was their worst nightmare. It's a shambolic management. We're towards life's end and will shuffle off before long. He may be harboring other designs for her. Computer languages are black magic to me, working mysteriously. They delight in these statistics. He was seen as a bad apple, causing trouble. This group of works are less inspired, not in the same league. He was out of his tree writing his crazed books. Consider accepting the offer, don't overplay your hand or you may lose all. As an aside, they also had poor results last time. The pampered classes lead materialist lives. The sound recording is demonstration quality. That's a great dress, but I won't cast covetous eyes over make covetous glances at you. He'd got it wrong, but it was a harsh put down. The untidy state is a bit much. The differences were too much, he was a fish out of water. The Conservative brigade won't take to this. It's an argument over nothing, a storm in a teacup. My radical views on this cause a stink. Market demand is still bumping along the bottom. I guess I've dug myself a deep enough hole without saying more. It's ignorant rubbish and maggot leavings. It's unlikely to work, but we should go the extra mile and try again. They were hopping with frustration. You've dealt with my main argument already, you've taken the wind out of my sails. Focus on it, tailor your efforts to that end. The report was unflattering and ruffled their feathers. He thinks he's hard done to with no pay rise. Any further dispute is also fine, bring it on. You might be unrecognized now, but mighty oaks are only yesterday's acorns that stood their ground. It's an overly serious, unsmiling production. The bus journeys are long, you'll get saddle sore. Capitalism wins, down with the Reds. Playing becomes affected and he can indulge the moment to excess. The speech was stiff-jointed. His work is overarching, subsequent thinkers are only a series of footnotes. I have an affinity with the culture, it resonates with me. He's a man of considerable means. I have to disagree and won't be drawn further on this. He doesn't nail the final sequence. Be on your guard when dealing with those characters. Be careful, relationships can become a disaster area. She has a fine job and is flush with money. He has free time and no commitments, he's having a ball. There are some practiced pickpockets operating there. It's propped up by a scaffold of lies and deceit. There's a great deal of bad feeling and dissatisfaction in the account. It has many contrasts and mood swings. This thinking can be traced back to the previous century. I see no call to disagree with this. Their discussions descend from arguments into pillow fights, bun fights. He's fully signed up to these policies. He was a major troublemaker, but she makes him look like a choir boy. She'll rage and splutter on hearing that. With the discussion getting ever more bloody, perhaps we should move on. They're irreconcilables as following much infighting. The arguments may be returning to a cul-de-sac whose features are all too familiar. Don't expect sharp decisions, they're as dim as amoebas. I have no talent for running and puff my way round. The film has slow-burning tensions. The region's emotional temperature remains high after the war. They're hard cases and won't respond to niceties. I've read the notes, but I'm no further forward in understanding this. There's much to arrest the reader here. They'll accept it and show their usual sheep-like conformity. It's an unbuttoned and free work. More detail and analysis is needed, at present it's a low-resolution view. It's in an accessible style, nothing too difficult. This talk of moral obligation is a smokescreen for background interests. It's a mature artwork with weight of utterance. I'm a little to the side of that view. There are plenty of unfortunates in developing countries. They're on another lunch marathon. His work is fine, but the more detailed review is hers. If you find favor with her, then you can ask. Food and drink continued until late, it was a heavy night. She's of consumptive appearance, rather big. Fitness trainers are muscleheads, drinkers beerheads. He had a comet-like career, shining for a while with periods of obscurity either side. Such actions are brainless and beneath contempt. Modernist music is a stiff dose of high culture. It's variously referred to with these names. They extended much kindness to us. Deal with them equally, without fear or favor. They're familiar with this work and can do it on autopilot. He's an artist of highest attainment. He's a closet Marxism reader. I've already binned that idea, it wouldn't work. The offer is front-loaded with attractive terms, but the product quality is poor. The book's a chunk of heavy think. The project has shortcomings, but it's too late in the day to make major changes. Dude, your conclusions here don't follow. It's a lightweight view of the complexities and won't convince the antagonists. He has a root and branch hostility to it. Take the relationship, but have a clear exit strategy to keep it short-term. He's off to the usual beer trough this evening. Travel in Africa is tough, it's no picnic. It'll be howled down as unfair discrimination. You look classy today, as ever. It was a shock, but she's her usual unflappable self. Some voices see it as the foremost artwork of the period. It's complex, but I can outline it in broad strokes. He wasn't his fault, but for his part he made no report about it. It's only a craze and will soon blow over. It's a characteristic work, his fingerprints, thumbprints are all over it. It's a bit staid, the performers need to undo a button or two. I'll contrive to turn the situation around. She's having great success, her reputation's running riot. Give yourself enough time to think as you speak, don't rush your fences. This argument is the main stick to beat the government with. These new findings sink the previous theory. It's done out in Wendy House primary colors. They like attacking each other, they're the best of enemies. The symphony is a better proposition than the concerto. You'll need to be diplomatic, so to speak. It declines in the 18-carat RTH century, but spooling forward to the 20-carat RTH it can still be found. She's not so forthcoming, you may not cut any ice with her. It's a club for exclusivists and hard to get membership. He's self-absorbed, seeming too tightly wrapped for foreign travel. I don't hold with these new ideas. We'll let you talk to him, we wouldn't want to be party to an intrigue. He's a burningly committed advocate for this repertory. I'm right in all particulars on this. The reading list for the discussion is overkill, you can understand with a fraction of that. It's a good-natured work, with positive emotions. It's supposed to be improving, but it's just not happening. Some are wedded to the notion that capitalism is bad. Don't accept head-patting, stooping attitudes. She likes him, she's had her head turned. It wasn't discussed openly but was never far from the surface. They wouldn't do it were there any alternatives. It's a persuasive and may prompt the unconverted to explore further. They're a gimmick, but the young are sold on them. Women have invisible antennae that pick up on supersonic nuances. I reached a happy medium between these extremes. He had all the delicacy of a steamroller in overdrive dealing with it. It's a revelatory artwork with radically new areas of meaning. I'm trying to keep the lid on the workplace disagreements. Such as outgoing work comes as something of a surprise in this dark period. It's complex music but not dry or inaccessible. I might not complete the contract, I'll be struggling to cross the finishing line. It's not easy, it'd take some doing. They were stressful circumstances, but he showed an iron control. There's intensity throughout, it's consistently involving. They lack the emotional architecture to deal with it. It's finished, all done and dusted. The officialdom here only speaks officialese illegalese. They're attractive and diverting works. The new version has merits but doesn't displace the old. The speech held together well with good structure. It's usually seen as part of the job, so you won't get a merit badge every time. My station in life is to recline on one elbow and criticize. She's in her full length, minimum risk attire. These measures are overblown and top-heavy. This is, if I may, completely wrong. Its atmosphere dwells long in the mind. The production is rather safety-first and clinical. It's commanding work on every level. It's a standoff where neither will give an inch. They're written to a formula and become rather dull. This may often be done, but I'm not sure for what purpose. I'm taken by the overall design. Her enthusiasm never has her off day. To the untutored ear, art music can seem impossible. She's generous and mean by turns. It's a claim to be guarded about, needing further justification. It'd be without point to argue. There's an answer that seems to present itself here. The new film is a convincing offering. These works are confidant documents of high romanticism. I can't hear, your clothes are too loud. It's complex territory where it's easy to get lost, but there are a few landmarks. Talk later, my head's busy following these revelations. These new ideas gained traction and started to crowd out the old. They began fighting in the name of peace. It's an intricate topic but has a thread running through all the knots. The dramatic sequences are high-octane stuff. Be lavish with praise, lay it on with a trowel. People of more conservative persuasion won't appreciate it. Commit it to memory best you can. The computer has extra power, it's a serious piece of equipment. Her credo is do it with style. Conversation wasn't so easy, she's a clam type. His face was like thunder while you outlined his department's failings. It's ominously resonant of previous failings. It was good of me, and glowing with divine radiance I helped further. Great difficulties attend this project. Her endorsement will help, she has scholastic clout. The following works are anonymous, lacking character. Critics sounding so shrill may have other motives. It's a gratuitous swipe at his reputation. I have many detractors who hurry to criticize. They have left-wing leanings. Following neglect of due caution, the worst outcome was visited on him. With no further ceremony they left. With this though, you're moving towards a position close to communism. The debate is hard to close with many arguments generated. Pleasantries help getting your foot in the door for further talk. Refinement of judgment is needed in social situations. They're old friends, they get along famously. She's surprised to hear and went hotfoot over to see him. Hopefully some influential will intervene in the upper management for us. It's violent and iconoclastic, a descent into the maelstrom. This latest issue is a clear first choice and carries all before it. I had to take arrows in the back and aspersions in response to my critique. It's an exotic work, a magic carpet ride of impressions. Majoritarian democracies have to serve up demagogues. The staff aren't great but pay peanuts and you'll get monkeys. He stayed the night and gave her a seeing to. They lead an unrealistic and upholstered lifestyle. Count on him to speak up, he's straight talking a plain speaking. It's all crazy idealism, they're in Disneyland. She likes classy treatment, I keep an expensive woman. Come what may, it'll be finished on time. They are missionaries preaching the socialist gospel. It's a well-known high-profile company. The article is a feat of intellectual spearmanship. Obscenities lower the tone, talk philosophy and raise the tone. I'll check every last one, have no doubt. When preparing the review I had to mark this down a bit as lacking subtlety. She'll test you with denials for any lack of focus or commitment, give her no quarter. It'll be seen as just so much posturing and rhetoric. Well, I disagree overall, but maybe you're onto something there. She's a free spirit and unlikely to follow the crowd. Its radical implications are underplayed here. Relationships are often counted among personal disasters. He'll switch off before listening to further arguments. The special effects look okay but have a synthetic aftertaste. There's a cavernous gap between their outlooks. Ensure money doesn't create you a cotton wool existence. It's a luxurious residence, they live in a chocolate box. He marches under a libertarian banner. I had my wires crossed, taking one for the other. Communism is socialism with a vengeance. After cross-country journeys this distance is peanuts. The machine will cheerfully process any amount of this nonsense. It's another Delphic management reply, rather ambiguous to cover for weak insights. They're great works, a heaven-grasping mountain range. Philosophy includes some rarefied speculation. She was applauding of their efforts. This job is only treading water before moving on to something better. More thought is needed, it can't be pretended that a satisfactory position has been reached. I almost did but then thought better of it. Grinding his teeth he replied politely with the obvious answer. Don't trust him, he's shadier than a tree. He might do it for a financial consideration. It's not a great job but may open doors to other things. It was another wrong hushed up. Democracy's a fluid concept, subject to interpretation. I'm trawling through the literature on this. It's a dull production but the music carries the day. I could be yours if you play your cards right. Well, some might say it needs replacing. Unemployment problems have come in and sat down. She's been evasive and cryptic on this so far. The doctrine is an umbrella that doesn't comfortably cover all cases. The argument has some dubious maneuvers. The dramatic works most set him apart from his contemporaries. It's a strong economy with a yawning export-to-import gap. You'll allow that there are other views to be aware of. The suggestion was ill-received at the meeting and fizzled. Don't attempt to get through to them when there's no one at home. It's slightly overrated but a cornerstone of the repertory. I take exception to several of your points and must respond. If it's complicated he won't listen, he'll shut up shop. I'll talk to and prevail on her to accept. The word around the campfire is that the boss is leaving. It's an apology of a building and needs replacing. Their pomposity provided some comic mileage. He's an unusual thinker, residing on his own mountain top. She unpacks these ideas in the following paragraphs. The root difference between them is in economic policy. His unorthodox appearance raised eyebrows disapprovingly. He's an average guy, having neither horns nor halo. Over on Planet Shaun I thought it worked differently. This regulation is a pebble in my shoe, an ongoing irritation. Anything more than pop music would see them off. Less confrontational alternatives don't enter his field of vision. There are thieves and other lowlife here. Keep your shirt on though, don't get too mad with them. I've probably been overdosing on strident music. It's a heated debate and his contribution is in the thick of it. Look further afield, maybe you're casting the net too close to the boat. She's into the arts and likes the finer things in life. Your dissection of the problem is admirable. I won her over with conversation and charm. A relationship can be an emotional roller coaster, so try to keep a wider view. A connection with the French tradition suggests itself here. The boss is at large this morning, checking randomly on the staff. These artworks touch great depths. The policy's out of step with recent events and needs revising. I had a perch in the organization, a secure job. They often disagreed and there was no love lost at their parting. The propaganda is playing the public again, getting them into tune. I'll be forever in your debt if you would. A special mention for her contribution, thanks. It's made by whoever, it's not important. Don't be defined by material life and a cosmetics box existence. It's beneficial and widely applauded. The party dubiously tries to be all things to all people. She tells me the errors of my ways. With the right social background and connections, it's green lights all the way. Sure, any of those are fine, whatever. They're snooty types sitting around passing the port with no conversation. They're magnificently wayward and individual works. He's meek and has been put upon by others taking advantage. They're stuffed shirts who know nothing but sound off because of their background. Such anomalies can't be explained away so easily. Avoid the younglings there who don't know much. They'll close ranks against you to keep you out. Her travels are already impressive and don't need embroidery. There's much poverty, it brings a heavy heart. It postdates his famous works and isn't so creative, the flames are flickering. My views are 180 degrees from this. It's a valedictory and autumnal work from the end of his life. Let them talk but chime in with occasional thoughts. It can be criticized on several counts. The zoo has been made childish and Disneyfied. There are several aspirants to interview. She eclipses all predecessors. The film has some imaginative strokes. The place lacks development and is encrusted with grime. Some sports involve an unhealthy emotional vortex. This evidence sharpens the point here. Any description of an achievement on this scale can only be a stammering. It has limited value but been successfully oversold. His lack of initiative made her icy, frosty stony back to him. I have to take sides with the boss on this one. It's for you to approach her, that's the nature of it. Her fist-shaking presentation swayed the others. My views were only at half-mast but still too much for them. It's workmanlike rather than inspirational. Opinion has changed and with the wind blowing policy can be revised. They're mentally enchained to older ways of doing things. Keep interruption to a minimum, don't speak out of turn despite the annoyance. He took a circuitous route telling her. It's an artwork reaching to other worlds, searching and moving. For the meeting, give a double passing lane space around contentious subjects. It opens well but quickly tails off. His views on this are alloyed with his religion. It's hard not to raise at least one eyebrow at the claim of being unaware. Unfortunately, it's all too likely she'll be right. Your freestyle attitude to life will bring consternation in conservative circles. People were irate, thundering at each other. He has a blind spot for her misjudgments. She clicks with him, they're similar personalities. It was simple but they looked at me like I was asking about nuclear physics. Don't work your way into a coffin just for extra cash. The opening paragraphs are wordy and need simplifying. It's a slow burn romance that may not mature yet. It'll take some care navigating through this meeting. Speak to a few people at the gathering, don't be a fence post. It's a glowing, a glinting, a glittering report on the work. It's jostling for top place on the list of destinations to visit. Get it done deftly, keep a low profile. They funnel their views through official doctrine and lack independence. These harsh actions bring his image into sharp relief. In career terms, he's a high achiever, thanks to his background. Services are slanted towards more affluent clientele. There are some overlunched managers, seeming to contribute little. She's committed, her success is well merited. They'll be clinking glasses with more gains from the gullible. It's happened no end of endless times. It's a vitally conceived work, compelling and unusual. There's a full complement of workers on site, everyone's there. There's a divergence of opinion here. The first final flowering of these ideas occurred then. She thought it fit not to say. It's sensitive and an oblique approach may be best. The speech was a venomous attack. The problem isn't that bad, they're making heavy weather of it. He's spewing another rant, not to be taken too seriously. Another avenue of approach might be to send a message. He's recontacted her trying to fan the embers of their relationship. The border town has numberless fraudsters.